Good morning, everybody. I'm sorry, my allergies is out of whack today. But I'm still gonna do what I need to do to make a stand. So this morning, I received okay, I'm exaggerating, but I received 10 to 15 messages from people in South Africa talking about the violence that's going on in South Africa right now. Um, I just want to say South Africa is such a beautiful country, and it's getting destroyed really fast right now by the same people that claim they wanted freedom way back 10, 12 years ago. And they are destroying South Africa with violence, putting buildings up on fire, destroying fire stations, destroying cars, other people's properties, killing each other on the freeways so it can look. It's so disgusting. People are stealing from each other while somebody else is taking their last breath on the freeway. This is supposed to be a country where it's considered a rainbow nation. It's not a rainbow nation. Let's just be honest. South Africa is going fast downhill. It's going to look like Zimbabwe. It's heading in the direction like Zimbabwe really fast. And people are getting killed. White farmers in South Africa are getting killed because we feel we're entitled. We're not entitled. Don't take somebody else's life because you feel you're entitled. You're not entitled. Don't go around and killing each other because you thought it's going to make a standpoint. It's not making a standpoint. It's making all of us in South Africa looking ridiculous. Violence has never been a way to make your point come across. And I don't know if the people in South Africa knows that, but they need to know that, because the way they're going about, we want more money, we want more freedom. Well, too bad. You're not getting that more freedom. You're not getting more money because the way you go about doing it is not okay. You guys are destroying each other. You guys are destroying the beautiful, beautiful South Africa that once was a land full of opportunities, now getting destroyed. Stop destroying the beautiful country. Stop it. Stop killing each other. You guys need to stop. South Africa is a beautiful land. Was once a beautiful land. It's getting way out of hand. Violence is not the way to go. Gangsters are doing what they're doing in South Africa because they're in cahoots with the police. The police in South Africa, the government in South Africa is really corrupt. The people in the parliament are sitting there sleeping, stealing from each other instead of building up the beautiful South Africa we once knew. And it needs to stop. Violence is not a way to go to make your point come across. It's making you look ridiculous. It's making all of us look ridiculous, and it needs to stop. People are not safe. Parents can't take their kids to school because there's fires everywhere around them. There's gunshots. People can't drive to work because they're getting shot while they're driving on their way to work. People can't let their kids play outside because the gangsters feel like they own South Africa. You don't own South Africa, because if you own South Africa, gangsters from South Africa, you would make a better world for yourself and not being gangsters in South Africa. So stop with your violence. Stop treating people like they're less than you. In actual reality, you are less than the people that's trying to make a living in South Africa, because you're destroying the own country you're trying to build up, or you claim you're building up. Police, you need to step up. Stop being corrupt. Stop taking money. Because police go and arrest the gangsters in South Africa and then 5 days later they release them. What is that saying to somebody else out there? Oh no, it's okay to be a gangster in South Africa because, hey, you only go to prison for about a week, a month, and then you come out and do the same thing. The government in South Africa, you need to stand up. Nelson Mandela fought hard to have South Africa a country where we all can live in. White, black, Indian, colored, whatever race you are in South Africa. Don't destroy Nelson Mandela's 27 years for fighting for freedom, and this is what you guys are giving back to him. Because that's a disgrace to Nelson Mandela. He's turning in his grave. Because the country he fought for so hard, he spent 20 years in prison for, you guys are destroying. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to sugarcoat this anymore. South Africa is a bad country because the people are destroying the country with violence, with drugs, with everything in South Africa. And it needs to stop. South Africa needs to be the land it used to be. A beautiful, beautiful rainbow nation. A country full of freedom where you could walk around at night without being feared for your life. A beautiful city with no trash on the freaking sideways because you're destroying your country. It used to be very beautiful back then. I remember. I grew up in apartheid. So we need that country back. And if you guys in South Africa are not careful, you're going to end up looking like Zimbabwe. And let me tell you a little bit about Zimbabwe. For all of the South Africans that's not been to Zimbabwe, I've been to Zimbabwe. It's so sad that the people in Zimbabwe, you can ask anybody from Zimbabwe that lives in South Africa right now. It's really sad because the people in Zimbabwe, they sleep in dirty stations. I would never sleep in a dirty train station. The people don't have food to eat in South Africa. It's getting close to Zimbabwe. The dollar doesn't even work in Zimbabwe anymore. The dollar, it's really bad in Zimbabwe. So South Africans, actually I should say, if you want to keep going the way you're going, destroying South Africa with your violence, killing each other, killing people of none skin color, go ahead and see where you're going to end up in 30 years. You're going to be where Zimbabwe is right now. So I'm pleading with the government in South Africa, step up. Because it's those people that you guys are destroying right now that got you where you are in Parliament right today. So step up. Please.